Hello, it's Malachi. I just wanted to talk about something that's tough for me. Another thing that's tough for me. There seems to be a lot of things that are tough for me. But maybe it's something that's tough for you. And that involves spiritual awakening. And not going back to the past. And what I mean by going back to the past is women in my past. There's a few women in my past that make it very hard to be forward-looking, north, no, this and that. And one of them, my mind for some reason sees as the perfect wife. Someone who I've dated in the past and known for at least 2 decades. Recently, in the last year, I tried to go back to her. I tried to make things work for the nth time. And the universe kicked me in the ass. I had this big ass Chevy. Beautiful truck. Lifted. I loved it. I drove it all the way out to Houston to go see her. And I didn't last an entire day before I was upside down crawling out the back window of the vehicle. Because that's what the universe did. I went to her and it said no. So somehow, leaving her house to go to my hotel room, I had flipped my truck by falling asleep. I'd flipped my truck upside down and I had to crawl out the back of it. Luckily, I didn't hit anyone or hurt anyone. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't have nothing but a scratch. I'd survived my truck front flipping over on top of itself, crawling out of it, and I had a little scratch right here. That's about it. Never broken a bone in my life. Part of being chosen is being immortal. And by God, I'm immortal until the day that I am not. But not until that day. I shouldn't have went back to her, and I knew better. But something in the recess of my mind just cannot let her go. The idea of her beauty, what she represents to me, the untold possible relationship that despite our interactions failing a multitude of times, somehow this time will be different, your mind tells you. So after I flipped my truck, I went back home. 3 hours away, I went back home. And I thought to myself, clearly, I have to be done with her. I have to be over with this situation. And so, I did. I ended it. I stopped talking to her. But the mind and body craves what it craves. And recently, I tried to talk to her again. But, luckily, the full moon in Gemini reminded me who I am now and not who I was, the man that died before. He's dead. You don't follow the footsteps of a dead man. Especially not if it's you. So I stopped talking to her again abruptly. And she'll probably be upset about that, but I don't have a choice. I can't afford to flip another vehicle and crawl out of it with another scratch. It just doesn't look good on my report card. How many times can you chase after the same thing? To quote Einstein, insanity. But it's hard to let the concept of what that person represents in your mind go. It's hard for me to let it go because I want a beautiful wife. I want her to be pregnant with my child, and I want children, and I want to raise them in an environment that I deem fitting. But that's not what I'm here for. That's not what I signed up for. I can't have children for some mysterious reason. Because I'm chosen. Yeah, me chosen. Yeah, sure. I got tested just fine. Yet, 36 years I've never reproduced once in my life. And it's not for lack of trying, let's just say that. So, there comes a time when every man, woman, has to accept what their fate is. Some people are more fated than others. But what doesn't change is that you have to accept it. And I've accepted that. I may never have children. I may never get that white picket fence life that I crave, that my internal clock has deemed me to have, to strive for. It's not why I'm here. And you have to remind yourself that you've probably had a multitude of lifetimes where you've achieved that, where you've had that, where you've accomplished those goals, had that beautiful wife and those beautiful children. But it's not this one, baby. No, I'm here for a different purpose. A darker purpose. And don't think that's a bad thing. Because darkness isn't always a bad thing. I just wanted to complain. Because even in this very moment, I still crave the idea of that person. And the closest person I have to represent that is in my past. Is a dead man's friend. And unfortunately, dead men do tell tales. Because here I am. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day.